The Valorant Easter egg Iceberg. Today we're gonna talk about every Valorant Easter egg and rank them from Easter eggs that everybody knows to some of the most obscure things in Valorant. And I know, before we start, there isn't really an iceberg in Valorant, so I present to you the Valorant Easter egg Ice Mountain. Here we go. First up, we have the Valorant graffitis. By now it's common knowledge that a lot of sprays in Valorant are actually inspired by real life memes. I'm talking about sprays like Hide the Pain Brimstone, Take My Cred Sky, or my favorite, the Wop 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 Cat. It's cool to see Riot Games implementing these real life memes. Next up we have plushies. I don't think we need to talk about these things, they are everywhere on every map in Valorant, and the reason why they are there is probably because of map designer Volcano. He also made the map DE Cash on Counter-Strike Global Offensive. In that map he hit the teddy bear, and since then he's also putting plushies everywhere on the Valorant maps. Next Easter egg, bench/statue. On Ascent, if you go to middle you can find this bench over here, and on it you can find something that looks like a giant frog. This is actually a champion in League of Legends called Tam Kench, and that's why we call this spot over here the Tam Bench. Okay, not funny, I know. Anyway, there's also a statue on Haven, and this is a statue of Aurelian Sol, also a champion in League of Legends. Another reference to League of Legends is the Scuttle Crab. You can find this crab walking around on Breeze, or in the Scuttle Shack on Split, and apparently the agents in the Valorant universe eat this crab. Aw, sad Scuttle. And then, one more League of Legends reference. The Sentinels of Light and the Runation Bundle are based on Senna and Viego, also League of Legends agents. And that, my friends, was level 1 of the Ice Mountain. Let's go to level 2 now. Still common knowledge, but a little more obscure. And let's start with rare skins. There are some skins in Valorant that have a rare variation. If you take the candy cane for example and smash it a lot of times against the wall, there's a chance that your candy cane will change into a candy pick. Another one of these skins is the butterfly knife. Each round you spawn with the skin, you have a 1 in 400 chance that it will change into a Fate or a Doppler variation. This is probably also a Counter-Strike reference. Next Easter egg, Team Fortress 2. Those who played TF2 back in the day know that there's a sniper class in the game, and that sniper class has a strange weapon, a jar of I'm actually not sure if I can say it without being demonetized, but look at it and I think you can guess what's in it. Now if we go to Heaven on Haven, we can find an empty sniper case and the same jar. This of course is a TF2 reference. Heartbeat. When you equip the Champions 2023 Vandal, then the Champions logo on the gun will pulse every few seconds. This is to recreate the player's heartbeat during a 1v1 situation. Zsong. The very popular producer Z actually made the sounds for the Spectrum skin line. This is very common knowledge, however something that's less common knowledge is that on a lot of spots on the Valorant maps, like over here on Pearl, you can find music notes, and if you play out these notes you will hear this song. At least, people say that you will hear this song. I personally can't read music notes, so let me know in the comments if this is true. Team Deathmatch. If you spawn on the map Glitch, there are a few practice spots where you can shoot on as the defender side, and as the attacker side you can actually play on this arcade. You shoot on the lanes and dodge the objects. I actually got bored a while ago, so I tried to go for a high score. Is there a maximum? And after locking in full focus for over 15 minutes, I ended up with a score of 235. Let me know in the comments if you got a higher score. And the last tier 2 Easter egg. Another League of Legends reference, but this one is a little less known. On Pearl, if you go to B main, you actually find this door and this blade, and this is a reference to Pyke, a League of Legends agent. Let's go to tier 3 now, playlists. Did you know that every Valorant agent has his own playlist? On Spotify, if you go to the official account of Valorant, you're able to find all these playlists. Sadly though, Riot Games stopped doing this after Vice, so you can't find the Tahoe or Waylay playlist. Hexakill. Some skins in Valorant have a different sound for an hexakill. Not a lot of people know this because not a lot of hexakills are being made in the game. You only can get one if an agent either respawns or get revived. So for those who are wondering, with the Spectrum skin, if you get 5 kills you will hear this sound. But if you made a 6th kill you will hear this sound. Golden Gun. Did you know that there's a golden gun in Valorant? Personally, I never play Spike Rush, so it took a while before I realized that there's a golden gun in the game. And this isn't just any golden gun. This golden gun is a reference to the golden gun in the James Bond games. KO head. This is a small one. If you look in KO, a lot of symbols will flash on his head, and one of these symbols is the Riot logo. And then the last one in tier 3 is the Konami code. Back in 1986, a game got released called Gradius. In that game there was a cheat that you could activate by the following combination: up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. After this cheat code got introduced to the world, a lot of other games would also use this cheat code. I'm talking about games like Tetris or Little Big Planet, and in Valorant, if you inspect the RES Ghost, your character will also do the Konami code. And no, you don't activate the cheat like this. Just imagine if you could get aim lock or wall hack just by inspecting a skin. Okay, it's time to go to level 4 now and talk about the practice range bots. If you hop into a practice range, you might notice that there isn't a minimap. So there's no way to know how the bots look on the minimap, right? Well, actually, that is a way, my friends. And that's when we use the Omen ult. When we use his ultimate, we'll find that they have normal icons. However, this wasn't always the case. A few months or maybe even a few years ago, not sure when the update happened, the practice range bots were actually tacti bears. So this was a fun Easter egg that used to be in the game but isn't anymore. No idea why Rito Games removed this Easter egg. Next one, suppressors. This one actually blew my mind when I first heard it, because this Easter egg was literally under our nose all the time. You might have noticed it, but I bet a lot of people didn't notice it. And here's the thing. Did you know that every gun with a suppressor is named after a ghost? The ghost is of course the ghost. The spectre is also a type of ghost. And the phantom is also a type of ghost. Cool Easter egg that I never knew until someone told me. Next Easter egg, the Follow Me buddy. Back in the Battle Pass of episode 3 Act 2, a buddy got introduced to the game called the Follow Me buddy. And this isn't a normal buddy, because the Follow Me buddy actually points to the closest plushie to you. Congrats if you got this buddy. And then we go to the last Easter egg of tier 4, and it's about Captain America. Something that Captain America often says is, "I can do this all day." Who else got this voice line? Exactly, KO.
I can do this all day.
If you're a KO player, you might have linked the connection, but I bet that 90% of you never played KO, so you might not know about this Easter egg. Okay, my friends, it's time to go to tier 5. If you knew every Easter egg till now, congrats, but I bet that in this tier there are some things you definitely didn't know yet. And one of these things is probably the Elder Flame hello. There's a very weird thing about the Elder Flame. If you go to the skin, then hover your mouse over the kill animation, then a small hello will appear on the minimap after the character gets a kill. Why is that hello there? I have no idea. It's a very obscure Easter egg, and I don't think it has any purpose. Tutorial. When you make a new Valorant account, you need to do a basic training before you can hop into a game. Nowadays, the basic training is kinda cool. You have walls while shooting on the practice range bots. When you go through the teleporter, it isn't really a teleporter anymore, but a plane, and it will take you to the real haven and you need to train there. But back in the day when Valorant just got released, the basic training looked very different. In that basic training, you had to plant the spike on the tutorial map, and this tutorial map is basically the Easter egg. Why so? Well, take a closer look at this tutorial map. Does it look familiar? Exactly, it's B-side on Ascent. But the crazy part, when the game just got released and the tutorial was in the game, Ascent wasn't out yet. So for the OG players, before Ascent got released, everybody already practiced on Ascent during the basic training. Okay, Among Us. Did you know that there's an Among Us reference in Valorant? Well, actually, I personally think it's an Among Us reference, but I didn't really hear other people talking about it, so I want your opinion about this one. On Abyss, if we go to Fence, we can find this generator. And just take a look at it. Don't tell me that this generator doesn't look like an Among Us character. Combine that with this generator being in Fence, literally the whole idea of the Among Us people. So yes, I think that this is an Among Us Easter egg, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Next one, Ronaldo. There's a big Ronaldo reference in Valorant. For it, we need to go to Pearl. When we type the coordinates of Pearl into Google, we find that Pearl is set in Lisbon, Portugal. No idea why Lisbon is underwater now, but it's a fact. Another thing we can find on Pearl is a lot of football references. For example, these plushies playing a little match. No idea where they got those shoes from though. And now comes the thing, if we go to this shop over there, we find a shirt with the number 7, and that's the number that Ronaldo wore for years. So the fact that this map is on Portugal, a lot of football reference, and the number 7 means that this definitely is an Easter egg to Ronaldo. And then we go to the 6th rank, the last rank of this video. And I want to start with West Studio. Did you ever hear about West Studio? No, me neither. But West Studio actually helped Valorant with the art concepts and developments of the Valorant maps. Okay, MrLowlander, cool, but where's the Easter egg? Well, West Studio is the Easter egg, because if you go to the website of West Studio, you'll be able to find sketches and early prints of the Valorant maps. There are tons and tons of photos of Haven, Ascent, Bind, and honestly, when I found this website, I was looking through these photos for over half an hour. It's cool to see some IDs of the early maps and spot what did got integrated in the game and what they didn't implement in the game. Take the Scuttle Shack we talked about earlier this video for example. Originally, this wasn't named the Scuttle Shack, but the Smelly Crab, and the crab was red. There were a lot of hookahs in Hookah on Bind, but in the game there are no hookahs at all. On Ascent, the left wall wasn't supposed to be there, and you can find tons more things on this website. I put a link in the description if you want to look at it yourself. Next Easter egg, the Bermuda Triangle. If you type the coordinates of Breeze into Google Maps, you'll find that the map brings you to a random spot in the middle of the ocean. But my friends, this random spot isn't random at all, because Breeze is actually set in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle. And the Bermuda Triangle is notorious for sinking ships, crashing planes, and that's the reason why this map is based around this broken container ship. Okay, next Easter egg, Venice/Play. Let's start with the Venice one, because this one is a little more known, but you need to know this background to talk about the plague. If you put in the coordinates of Ascent, you'll find that Ascent is based around Venice. And this is true because this building over there is actually a building in real life. It's called the Santa Maria del Salute. I hope I pronounce it right, I'm not Italian. But anyway, what what has this to do with the plague? Well, my friends, a little south of Venice, there's an island called Poveglia. And this island got a dark past. Over 300 years ago, back when thousands of people died because of the plague, this small island, Poveglia, got used to quarantine the people that got the plague. And when the plague was over, they used the island as an insane asylum just to send people to that were never gonna return to the real world. According to Google, in total, between 160,000 to 250,000 people passed away on this island. So, but what has this to do with Valorant? Well, my friends, the practice range is actually based on this island. If you ever wondered why there are so many empty hospital beds on the practice range, this is the reason. Also, if we take this map of the island, we find a hospital, insane asylum, even a church. All these things you can find on the practice range, so the practice range got a very dark past. Probably way darker than you would ever imagine. And then we go to the two dudes. 4 years ago, I made a video where I talked about two dudes with a teddy bear on Icebox. In that video, I said this. While everyone is fighting on one side of Icebox, on the other side, there are two dudes chilling with a teddy bear. I mean, look at them. Chilling over there. Enjoying the view. But then a year later, the two dudes and the teddy bear suddenly disappeared. Where did they go to? No idea. Maybe they ran off into the horizon, or maybe they were abducted by aliens. Whatever happened, you can ask it yourself, because now, 4 years later, the two dudes and the teddy bear are back. Where did you guys hang out? We missed you guys. Welcome back on Icebox. Hope you are enjoying the view. And I hope that you enjoyed the video, because this was the last Easter egg. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.